April 5th. More rain. What a mess. Man. Oh my goodness. This is just insane. All the rain we've got. We had an inch and a half of rain. Day after April Fool's Day, so that'd be April 2nd. And then it dried up yesterday, Friday, and it's crying moisture right now. Just have to make the best of it though. Like I said, outdoor farming activities are really canceled now. I am really surprised that the creek ain't overflowing. Almost. Like, literally. Yep. Almost. Holy jumping. Oops. Wow. Yep. We didn't get in the fields for 3 weeks. Well, that's the old saying I was just reminded of this morning. April showers bring May flowers or something like that. Oh boy. I did hear any parts of Ohio though could 8 to 9 inches of rain or something like that. Man, this is nuts. Oh my golly, just look at the water ponding right there in the wheel tracks. Just, oh my goodness, it is not drying up whatsoever. It's a good thing we didn't plant the hay. Man, holy crud, I've never seen. Man, it's too darn bad we didn't put the rain gauge out yet. I guess we do have a rain gauge set out, but it's one of them that you gotta get down on the ground to see what the heck. Over an inch. Not quite an inch and a half, but yeah. Oh boy. What's going on, guys? Northeast Ohio Farmer here with another video brought to you by yours truly. My name's Travis. Welcome to the farm. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and hitting the red subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. I want to invite you to do that. I also want to invite you to click the bell icon right beside the subscribe button, so that way you can get notified of when I upload a video on YouTube. What are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about why so many tractors on the farm. You guys have probably guessed it by now why we have so many tractors. We're going to start with this big 8300 John Deere. We bought this thing 2024 fall time. It is our spare tractor, if I am thinking correctly, which I probably am. It can do anything and everything. Hopefully, we don't need it to plant corn. Hopefully, that 7800 is as reliable as an old 4020. Now the 7810, it is the perfect match for the John Deere 1590 grain drill. This is set up for the corn planter, obviously, and in my opinion, it's just too much of a pain in the butt to unhook. And with that being said, there are 1,000,001 wires. Well, not quite 1,000,001, but there's a lot of wires that make this planter operable, is because it has to happen. There's a controller that sets right up there. I'm sure you can see it in the window. There's a monitor that does every function on this thing and just tells you so many things, more so than I really care to know. But just look at all them wires and everything. You obviously, if this were to go down, would need the bracket right there, right in the middle of the screen, and you would need some connectors out of the cab and everything, and it would just be a whole pain in the butt to switch everything out. That's why we're praying everything goes smoothly planting corn with the 7800. But if there is a hiccup, then it will just have to be worked through like everything else. The John Deere 8300, like I said, could plant corn. It's got a monitor bar already in it, and that is what this kind of I guess you would call it like a backwards L kind of thing is. It is a monitor bar to put monitors on and everything. So the 6120 has been you might as well say banned from planting corn, just because it's too light of a tractor. It handled the John Deere 7000 Conservation. That was a little baby 6-row compared to 12-row. I mean, all that a 12-row is just a glorified 6-row corn planter. You're just adding 6 more rows to it. 6120 is a good loader tractor. Like I've said in the past, it loads lime out in the field, unloads skids we need a feed, and primarily moves around bales. It's our haymaking tractor. The 7800 can be let loose of the corn planter after we're all done planting corn in about a day. Probably 200 acres or so worth of corn. I don't know. No. 300? 400 acres. I don't know. But whenever that's done on the corn planter, we can let it loose. That can go on the disc bind. We'll pop the duals off on that and put it on the disc bind. It can sit on that. And the 6120 can run the hay tedder, the rakes, and it has ran the disc bind before, but it's a little bit too light. Basically because you have to, the rear ends aren't the same. You would think a 6120 having 120 horsepower would have the same kind of rear end as a 7000. Well, it don't. It's a utility tractor, and it does just fine on the tedder and the rakes and for moving around bales. The John Deere 7810, it's in the other building. Same identical tractor. The only thing is the fuel pump has been turned up, 175 horse, and it's a 10 series instead of the 100 series. That is going to be on the grain card this fall, and it will, like I said, be a really good match for the 1590
I know you
grain.
guys are probably scratching your heads going, well,
Didn't the John Deere 7200 used to run the grain drill? It did, and you guys are correct. It did used to run the grain drill, but since we've gotten bigger tractors and had to do a little bit of moving around, the 7200 is a good match for the Shaben sprayer that we have, and it is married to that
pretty much all of summer, spraying and doing things like that. And the 7810, it's kind of getting up there in hours. So, and we don't really do a whole lot of grain planting. So we thought maybe we'd just kind of keep the hours down on it a little bit, just by, you know, putting it on the grain drill and just letting it on there. The tractor did used to run the Salford, and we got some really, really hilly ground. And I'll show you when it comes time to work ground what I mean by that. There were a couple times where I thought I would run out of tractor, or was coming close to it. And the tires aren't the world's greatest on the front end, but they're good enough to run the grain cart and the big brush hog mowers you guys have already seen me get out of the building, and to plant grain. I know you guys are probably asking yourselves, that 8300 is a pretty big tractor for a little 18-foot Salford. Well, you're right. It is a big tractor. It's better to have... Let me ask you this question. Why do school districts have so many spare buses? Why do school districts have so many spare buses sitting around? Well, it's the same thing with farming. If a school bus were to go down, that way there would be so many extra school buses that a driver could just go jump in one and continue their route. It's the same thing in farming, because if the 7800 were to go down, the 7810, the 7200, we have a backup tractor. That is why we have so many tractors. It's always better to have a tractor sitting around on a piece of equipment and you not really needing it for your main tractor than to not have it and need it. That is why we've been blessed with the tractor that we have here before your eyes, John Deere 8300, and it'll run a Salford. It'll run it just fine. We don't need all the horsepower. We don't need all of 220 horsepower. We only need like 180 or so. And there's a feature in the cab that I will go over in a future video that kind of dumbs down the horsepower, if you guys are familiar with the 8000 series tractors. And we've just been really blessed to have all these tractors. 6 of them. Well, 9. Yeah, got the Heston too. But that's more of like a 6120 size tractor. It moves hay and things like that. It can't run the box blade, the scraper blade, because it only has the single set of remotes, where this has you need 4 sets to run this blade. You have up and down, and you have side to side movement too. So that is where I come in with explaining things and just trying to make it so you guys understand better why we have so many tractors on a farm. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. I mean, could this tractor haul manure if we needed it to? Yeah, but it would be a little bit overkill for the 185 manure spreader. But if all these other tractors were broken and this was our only means of getting the manure out in the field, then we would use it. But we got all these other tractors sitting around, It's always better to have a tractor hooked to a piece of equipment ready to go rather than just sitting and being rushed to get that piece of equipment hooked up and come to find out it don't work. We've gone through the corn planter. We have tested it out in the field. You guys have already seen that video by now. And we're just, today, April 5th, we're just waiting to work ground. A lot of ground to work, but like I said, it's better to have a spare tractor sitting and not having to be rushed all around and play musical tractors and pulling your hair out of your head because this tractor's broken, that piece of that something's broken. Well, we're trying to alleviate that problem. Well, it's a couple days later. Last video you guys saw me getting stuck. I might put that together in one video. I don't know. But I know one thing, I'm not going to be a repeat offender and use the John Deere skid loader. Guys, I saw I almost got stuck. So I'm going to play my cards right this time and just use a 6120. Because we got another inch and a half, or almost inch and a half of rain. That John Deere skid loader ain't going to do nothing out in that pasture but just spin and get stuck. At least if I have front wheel assist, 4-wheel drive, I can put 4-wheel drive on before I get in a predicament versus if I don't have 4-wheel drive at all to begin with. Meaning, see them front tires there? They got the same tread design as those back there. Those, there's a switch in the cab you can throw or lever, and it will lock your front end together with the rear end and pull you right out. Now if you guys see a tractor with smooth tires, that is 2-wheel drive, because the rear end is doing everything. The front tires on a 2-wheel drive tractor are just there for steering, basically. Contact. Now for those of you that have never seen this done before, to unlock your bucket, all you got to do is just slide that great handled lever out like that and your bucket is unlocked. Okay, so you guys haven't seen this. I got hay out for everybody else. Barns are all bedded. And we put hay out everywhere else that needs hay accordingly. Just gonna turn my 4-wheel drive on because I'll probably need it. I mean, skid loader's different than loader tractor, and we don't have tracks for the little John Deere. We got tracks for the bigger skid loader at the sand and gravel pit, but why put the tracks on the skid loader just for that when we can just use the 6120? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that skid loader would just, it wouldn't even go where the 6120 would just went. So I'll get our gate shut back up and move on to bigger and better things. If there's anything that may come my way, then I will film it. If not, then at the end of today we will just put this together where we basically have left off.